Hi everyone. Wait, let me move everything to this side so you have a better view. So, happy 2023. Let me get myself situated. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Oop. Well, we don't need to be this close. There we go. So, we are January 19th, 2023. When I posted on other platforms saying this is my first live on YouTube, let me just say it, disclaimer, it's not my first ever live on YouTube. It's my first live for this year, for 2023. And I want to introduce myself as Tara, the owner of Precious Delights Canada. And I am a unique paper crafter. I do everything and anything paper. Sorry about that if the camera's moving. I do the 3D cards, the cardstock keychains, the party boxes, party favor boxes, a bunch of different things. So I thank you guys for subscribing. I thank you guys for joining me tonight in regards to me just sharing with you guys who I am and what I do. This live is going to be short and sweet, but there will be more lives coming up in the next coming weeks, starting in February. I have a series on YouTube, on Instagram called Let's Talk Crafts. I'm also going to be doing a series similar to that here on YouTube. And that's where I will be showing you some tips and tricks and techniques, not only for paper crafting, but for resin art, for wood burning stuff, for etching, just a bunch of different crafting projects here on YouTube. I think it's time to just expand, and Instagram has had me for the past almost 2 years to itself. And so I will be doing another series here on YouTube called Let's Talk Crafts. So once again, I am Tara. I am the owner of Precious Delights Canada, and welcome. Now, like I said, this video is not going to be very long. I'm not even too sure if I'm going to save it. It's going to be a very nonchalant little chat with you guys. And so let's begin. So as I said, I'm a paper crafter. So I do stuff called paper quilling, and it's basically the art of rolling paper. And I always have a box of rolled paper somewhere in my craft room. So that way, if I get the urge to do a canvas, or if I want to even make rolled paper earrings, let me just open this up. I always have paper pre-rolled. And it's a very thin, it is actual quilling paper. And as you can see, it's extremely thin. It's not even, I think it's as thin as copy paper, but you can use any type of paper. Sometimes I'll use cardstock paper. Never construction, is too hard to roll. I will use the construction paper. It's not that it's too hard to roll, but it breaks very easily. So construction paper would be like maybe the base of my paper quilling, but it's never the rolled part or the outline of it. But this is one of the crafts that I do. So I have my little quilling tool, and it has a little, I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a little groove in it. So you basically, let me see if I can show you guys that properly. There's a little notch in it. And so what you do is you would put your paper in the notch. It goes in the notch here. And you roll your paper. So I don't know if you can see that, but, oh, of course it's going to fall out. Let's do that again. And hold it so this time it doesn't fall out. But see, there's a little notch in there for the paper to fit, and then you just basically roll your paper. And then you would roll it, and that's how you get your little squiggle things. Oh, there you go. It actually squiggled it. So that's paper quilling. That's one of the crafts that I do. I got into the 3D letters when they started becoming popular. And so I've done this one. And as you can see, it has my name on it. And the clip art that I use is Mushka clip art. And I will always provide a link. Whenever I'm doing a craft, I will provide the link to the clip art that I use. And this is from the Mermaid bundle. And it's just a 3D letter. I believe this one is only 4 inches. Now you can make them any sizes that you want. I do have a smaller one here somewhere. I have all my stuff that I want to show you guys this evening. Where is it? There we go. So I have this size, and then I try to always make smaller. So I was going to do my full name, and they're good for party favors. They're good for table decorations, because if you want to put something like celebration or happy birthday, you can make your letters any size that you want. You can actually make them bigger. And they work well on a candy table or a sweet table. They work well as centerpieces on any table. You can add fairy lights to them. Some people have the little flashing dome lights that they get from Amazon on them. You can actually make them into spinners if you have the mechanism, which I do think it's available on Amazon. I will do all that research and try to get that to you guys. But then there's other ones that I've taken classes for some of these things. And so this one, let's see if that goes the right way. So this is the letter D, but it's a two-parter. So this is good for party favors. And when you open it up, this section here is where you put those M&M tubes, so the skinny M&Ms. And then this side, you would roll up a coloring paper page, and then you can put, it's actually this end. So you would put your M&M in here. This is the top. That's why it has a little slit, because you know the top of those little skinny M&Ms has that little latch when you open the top. And then here you would roll up a page for coloring books, and here you put 2 crayons. And then that makes a great gift or a great party favor or an activity at birthday parties. So you can do whatever letters. So I'm learning how to actually make the holes. Some letters, of course, you know, like say, for example, like the T. If I was going to do it on the T, it would be harder. I have to choose if I just wanted to have the M&Ms or the coloring page and the crayons. I couldn't do both because it's just one base for me to make the holes. So I'm just altering the alphabet, and I should have that up in my Etsy shop. I'm not going to say anytime soon, but it will be eventually in my Etsy shop. A lot of the stuff I show you guys, the templates to create these for yourself, are in my Etsy shop. And then there's usually videos on my channel of how to upload your templates into Cricut Design Space, and also how to change basic lines to score lines, all that stuff. And then there's another video of how to assemble everything. So for the alphabets, I do believe I have the video of how to upload them to Cricut Design Space and how to change solid lines into cut lines, to score lines. So just go through my channel. There's a bunch of videos. Please subscribe and like and comment and share. Every bit helps. I'm trying to get my channel to 1,000, so I'm almost there. Now, for other things I do in regards to paper crafts, I start to play around with cake toppers. So this was my first little sample of a cake topper for the new Little Mermaid coming out in May. Again, clip arts from Yushka Clip Arts. It's a bunch of layers. This is my first little tester one. So I played around with the different glue. I liked double-sided tape. I have the glitter paper. So Ariel. The little Nike boxes or little shoe boxes that you can put Nike, Adidas, Puma, whatever you want. This template I got from the Craft Print. So when I do a project with this, I'll make sure that I tag and I also put the link for the Craft Print so that you can get it from her shop. Also from, there's also the Craft Print Academy, so that there's lessons, there's videos that you can purchase and or classes you can download. And she'll show you how to do the box as well. Oh, I also have stickers in there. So I make stickers as well. So this is Mushka Clip Art. This is for Black History Month. And all the stuff I'm just showing you this evening is just to give you a quick rundown of what you can see in 2023 in regards to this channel and in regards to the new series called Let's Talk Crafts. I've done the paper flowers like everybody else. And then I have the smaller version. I have this one. I have this one here. And then I always like to play around with sizes to see exactly how far I can go. And so for that one, let's see. So you have the big one. You have the smaller one. You have this one. And then this one, which is not glued. So it looks about the same size, but when I roll it tighter, it's going to be a bit smaller. And then you have the tiny. I even have smaller than this, but of course I can't find them because they're smaller. Then, and like I said, I'm a paper crafter, so I'll show you all the paper crafts first, and then I'll show you some other stuff, some other secret treats. For teachers, for elementary school or teacher appreciation, there's the pencil box. So I have the rough draft of it. I played around. I didn't know exactly what glue I wanted to use. If I was going to use white glue, Tombow glue, which is also white glue, but it's fast drying. I didn't know if I wanted to use double-sided tape, because some of these projects are better with double-sided tape, and some of them are better with hot glue, and other ones are better with white glue. I'm not crazy about hot glue, but when it's necessary, I will use it. I've lost too many fingerprints to the hot glue gun. But for this one, yeah. Actually, I used white Gorilla Glue, and that was phenomenal. So, and it's a box. So this template is actually in my Etsy shop, and there is a video here on YouTube in my channel, but it's under lives. So it was actually the one and only live I did last year, and it's me showing you how to upload this into Cricut Design Space and actually assembling it. So you can check that out as well. I have little boxes that I created, similar to the explosion box or a pop-up box. So this is just, these are all my prototypes that I keep. So you would open this box, it opens up. Inside you'll find a smaller box. And this is perfect for putting, you know, little engagement stuff if you want to propose to somebody. Stocking stuffers, like peekaboo stocking stuffers. Party favors, just whatever you want, basically. But it's just something different than just giving a wrapped gift. You know, it's like a little surprise. They open it up, it opens up, and there's another surprise inside. My templates are also resizable. So if you want to make this way bigger and put bigger gifts in it using a thicker cardstock, you can. Majority of my boxes, because I don't put a lot of heavy stuff in, it might be a bracelet, a keychain, or something of that sort, will always be about 65-pound cardstock. When I go with heavier products, I use the 100 or 110 pounds, or as 120, I believe, or 140. Whatever the maximum weight of cardstock would be is what I would use if I was putting something heavier. So if I wanted to box a book, for example, of course I would use heavier cardstock. But 65 pounds is perfectly adequate if you're putting light stuff in it. And you can always go up to 80, 85. I don't know exactly all the numbers, but you go according to what you're going to put in there. Here's a little gift, little shopping tote bag I made out of paper. One of my favorite brands of print is Tokidoki. So it's a little party favor box that looks like a shopping or tote box. And then I have my mug. So this is a root beer mug. And it's actually a party favor. You can turn this into a beer stein. You would just change the colors, like where the gray is, you'd put white, and where the brown is, you'd put yellow, and this would be white for the foam for the beer. I just made it into root beer. Let me close it up. And then I'll show you, this is a root beer one, but then I went even further, and I did the strawberry float, clip art from Mishka Clip Arts. It's the same concept. It's a box. It opens up. Nothing's in it right now. And see, I have the strawberry ice cream with a bit of whipped cream on top, but I also did it with just solid pink. Can you guess what the green would go with? I did another mug, but this time I did mint chocolate chip. Again, Mishka Clip Arts, and this one's a mint chocolate chip. The little panels I designed in Photoshop to make it look like there's mint and chocolate syrup. So it would be like chocolate mint ice cream, and this would be like the whipped cream coming from the top, or more mint ice cream on top. Now, one of my favorite other crafts I did with paper is my coffee mugs. This one is for Black History Month, making Black history every day. Clip art from Mishka, and it's a coffee mug. But it's a box. So you can put your, well, I'm in Canada, so I would put Tim Hortons. We don't have Dunkin' Donuts here. We have Starbucks. And another one called Second Cup, I think, is still around. But you can put your Tim cards if you're in the States or wherever else. You can add some chocolates, marshmallows. You can turn it into a hot chocolate mug if you wanted to. And even the top has a little hole like you would get when you get your coffee mug, but it's not at the bottom here. so that they can't peek and see what's in it. And like I said, I like to try everything in different sizes, so I made a prototype of a smaller version. So you have the cup base, you have the wrap that goes around. Let me see if I can get this on properly. I made the little wrap, and then the mug top. And it's way smaller in size. I was going to go one size smaller, but sometimes when you do a project, when it's too small, it becomes too hard to assemble. And what else is there? I tried the baseball caps, the boxes. This one has still been a challenge because I haven't found the right glue, so it is opening up on the sides. And I also made it smaller than the actual template, so some stuff can be resized smaller. Some stuff it just doesn't work out, but at least I tried it. Now, as a paper crafter, I'm willing to try any craft with that type of medium. Not to say I'm going to love them all, but I will try them. And what I like, I keep doing, and what I don't like, I get rid of. For graduation, the graduation caps, the tassel is also paper. This template is also in my Etsy shop, and there's videos how to upload this template as well as how to cut it and how to assemble it. And when you take off the top of the tassel, you have a box. This is one of the easier crafts to make, and you can actually make them. Say you have a mini graduating kindergarten. This is a fun activity to do with them for their classmates. And I also did it in black because some schools, they have the robes in black and some schools have the robes in blue. So I've done both. And yes, the tassel is paper. And not only do I do that type of paper crafts, the same paper quilling I showed you earlier when I first logged on. So paper quilling, you see how rolled paper is? With a thicker paper, which I use cardstock this time, that's paper quilling paper, and it's about the same weight as your photocopy paper or your printer paper. But with regular cardstock, let's say 65 pounds, I created a minion. It's rolled paper. Every little part of him, other than his hands, because his hand is rolled but also squished, his arms. So his jumper is not rolled, his front and the back, but his pants are rolled, his little feet are rolled, his head's rolled, everything. So this is considered paper quilling, but this is 3D paper quilling. It's amazing what you can do with paper. I have notepads, all handmade. They're all glued together, just like a regular notepad. Again, Mushka Clip Arts, but all glued together like a regular notepad. And I'll do a live, and I'll upload videos of how to make these as well. Last year, these were extremely popular, and this is for your money, the money cards. So instead of actually giving gift cards or cash just like that, you can design your own. For those of you who are having trouble finding the plastic windows in your area, because when this started, it was a big craze and people couldn't find the windows. And again, I'm in Canada. I just created the template of how to cut your own. And that is also available in the Etsy shop. And there's a video of how to upload and cut and everything. And even how to cut the acetate to make your own window. I'll show you a few more things before I log off. And like I said, this is just an introductory video, introductory live for 2023, just to give you guys an update of what's been happening, what's going to be happening, and to inform you about the series Let's Talk Crafts that's going to be happening starting in February. I also do notebooks and planners. Mishka Clip Art, I put the words on the side and I created the cover, which is cardstock that's been laminated and then the holes have been cut. I will show you guys how to do those. And then I am an avid, oh, there we go. So that card that I showed before is an affirmation card, and I have a bunch of other ones. And this one has already been cut and laminated. So I would have to do is just punch the holes and add the spirals, and that can be another cover. But I have a bunch of different ones. It's the same one that you just saw on the cover of the planner, or the notebook, sorry. There you go. So they all have different Bible sayings that, let's say like you are beautiful, Ezekiel 3:11, victorious, Romans 8:37, and so on and so on. And all this clip art again is Nushka Clip Arts. Now, as a paper crafter, I adore making cards. And so I will show you, one of my favorite cards to make is the Magic Iris card. I love making cards that move. So interactive cards. So this is the Magic Iris. So now you can see it's closed. And when you bring this down, you have a saying. And you can do it for any holidays, any occasion. So you can design the outside of your card, and then inside that window, like you say, happy birthday. It's a regular card, so you can write your sentiments on the inside. You cannot see the mechanism because it's actually taped to the front of the card. This mechanism template is also in my Etsy shop. There's videos of how to upload in the Cricut Design Space and how to assemble the actual mechanism. So it's not showing you how to make the card, it's showing you how to make the mechanism. You can resize them. And you can add it to whatever card base that you want. So I have them here in portrait and then also in landscape. Same mechanism, I just flip the card the other way. And when you bring them up and down, and this one opens this way. Let me put that away after. Then we have the waterfall cards. So this is supposed to have a ribbon on it to pull, but this is basically, there's several different panels. And when you pull, and you push it back up, and this card opens this way. But then you can also do it the other way, where it opens to the other end. Let me see if I have one available. I should. Nope. Nope. But like I said, you can do them landscape or you can do them portrait. Another interactive card is the little ones that go around. So this one was not done on Cricut. The other ones that you're seeing with the mechanisms, there are templates for. This one's not a template. These are just hand cut with, not hand cut, but with a die cutter, a manual one, which is called the Big Shot. But it can actually be done on the Cricut too, because it's just a couple of different circles, a bit of 3D foam tape, and you can do all this stuff yourself. The little reindeers were cut by hand. So I will show you guys how to make interactive cards as well. Some diamond painting. This is a sticker. Isn't it cute? So when I tell you I'm a paper crafter, I do all the things, or at least I try to have fun with it. Not everything has to be for sale. Not everything has to be for profit. You can do stuff just because you love doing stuff. And at times that's what I do. So I will be more than happy to share with you what I've learned. You will see the good, the bad, and the ugly, because just like you guys, I do make mistakes. It's inevitable. But like I said, I am not only a paper crafter. I also like to do stuff. This is alcohol ink on vinyl. So it's Oracle 651. And these are alcohol inks that I just dripped on it. And then I put 99% rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. And I sprayed it to get all these different effects. Isn't that pretty? The silver. This one I call my coffee stain one. And so I can add clip art. I can cut them into strips and laminate them and turn them into bookmarks. And I'll be doing that with you guys live as well. And then I also love to do the tumblers. These ones are not finished. I have to make holes again. These were my first ones. They're not finished because they were my first ones. But when you shake them, there you go. But like I said, they're not finished because I didn't put enough liquid. What happened is once the glitter and everything settled, it pushed all the bubbles up. And so I'm just going to make another hole, or just reopen one of the holes at the bottom and add some more of the liquid. And the liquid I use is glycerin, vegetable glycerin, and distilled water. Because with distilled water, your glycerin won't mold. So this is the green one. I've done several of them. And I'll probably finish these. I'll probably do them on live with you, like add some more water to them and then add the vinyl, because I'm going to put vinyl on them. I'm not one of those that's going to do a tumbler and put all rhinestones in there, because for me personally, filling this up with rhinestones is somewhat of a waste, because I can use the rhinestones to bling. So, but if that's your thing, go for it. But for me, I'd rather put my mica powder and my glitter. Once everything settles, it becomes clear-ish. So that way you'll be able to see the wording on the outside, of course. But then for fun, if you want, you can swish it around and get your effect. It's the same thing like a regular snow globe. You have to shake the snow globe to get the effect. So I have the purple one. That's so pretty. As you can see, there's chunky glitter, there's thin glitter. I have the pink one, or the rose pink. This one has stars in it and hearts. Oh, there we go. Let it focus. And so I'll probably finish them on live with you guys. And I'll do one from scratch as well. So this one's a mix of stars and hearts with dark purple and light purple. And then this one was my very first one, which was, there's not really all that much glitter. It's just very thin gold glitter with no little added items in there. But the gold mica is phenomenal. So satisfying. Little ASMR for you guys. But just alone with the glitter falling. Did I show you guys what was in the green one? And the green one was more of my St. Patrick's one, because it has green and gold, and it has stars in there. Gold stars and green stars. Oh, and I see some hearts. So I am not just a paper crafter, but I'm predominantly a paper crafter. I do stickers as well. I do bookmarks. What else is there? I do all the things. And so, oh, bonsoir, bonsoir. Hi, Betty. So I just wanted to show you guys a couple of things that I do. And like I said, I do bookmarks. I do stickers. Oh, this is one of my cardstock keychains. That's my name. This is 100% paper. About 10 or 12 layers of paper. I printed and cut the front part. And then I put, I think it's 2 or 3 layers of UV resin. So that's why it's all shiny. And then if you listen, it becomes like plastic. And that's UV resin on cardstock paper. Now, the reason why I started to do the keychains, and they are my #1 sellers, you can place orders on Etsy. Just send me your name. You can choose the font of the graffiti font. I also do them with glitter paper for the front name, if you don't want something that's printed and cut. But the reason why I started doing it is because I have a 2-part name. My name is Tara Lee. And what happens is that whenever I was traveling, it was very hard for me to find any memorabilia that has my one name, of course, because it's unique. I would have to buy one keychain that says Tara and one that says Lee, but now I don't. So I have a lot of friends who have very unique names, and so they no longer have to worry about finding gifts for family members and siblings and stuff like that, because they can just send me a name. It doesn't matter how unique it is, and I can create the keychains. So if you have a name that is truly unique, no matter what nationality, you just send me your name and I can make it for you. It could be made into a charm too if they want to wear it. So I just make 2 holes instead of 1. I can make them smaller and make it into an earring, whatever it is. But people don't have to worry now, because now you can be inclusive and have your name on a keychain, on a pendant, whatever it is. And I do believe that will be it for this evening. Let me see if I can find the bookmarks and stuff. Nope. Okay, so as for this evening, like I said, this is my reintroduction to YouTube. You can check all my videos in regards to any of the tutorials for sticker making, be it in Photoshop, Design Space, and Canva. There's also the video for the pencil box, the graduation cap. I do believe there's a print and cut one for the mug. I have to upload the one for the coffee mug as well. but there's going to be a bunch of stuff happening in 2023. Be on the lookout for that. Please subscribe, put on the notifications, like, comment, and share. Every bit helps. And I thank you guys for joining me this evening. Happy New Year once again, even though we're going into the third week of 2023, but Happy New Year. I hope that you do find this to be a very prosperous one, and that you, whether you're a business that's been around for a while or just starting out, I do pray that you guys have a prosperous year and that things go your way. Look forward to doing this again. Stay safe.